Mondays with Mark Allen. Welcome back. The big news last week, it was definitely out of the Ironman office. As you probably have heard, Ironman October 2021, Ironman World Championships in October in Hawaii had been postponed to February 2022. Now the announcement is that the February race, Ironman World Championship 2021, is going to take place in St. George, Utah in May. The same weekend that they were actually going to have an Ironman distance race there in St. George. It will now become the 2021 World Championship. First time ever that the event has been held outside of the state of Hawaii. Wild, huh? Okay, so, and then fast forward to October 2022. There will be a second running of the Ironman World Championship. Same year, different location. First one's going to be in May in St. George, Utah. Second one, October 2022, is going to be a 2-day race. There's going to be 2 full Ironman distance races held. The first one will be on Thursday. The second one will be on Saturday, the normal day that they have that event on the Big Island. First day will include all of the pro women and half of the age groups. Second day will have the pro men and the other half of the age groups. How the age groups will be split up, they haven't quite decided yet. But anyway, those who have qualified for the Ironman World Championships 2020, 2021, they're going forward, can choose race in St. George or hold off until October and race in Kona. It's going to be the athlete's choice. I've had a little bit of a read from athletes. Some of them are saying, hey, I want to go to St. George. I was just there for 70.3 Worlds. It was an amazing course, amazing race, amazing just experience, and super friendly people, supportive of triathlon and everything we were doing. I want to go back and do the full. Others are saying, you know what, I qualified for Kona. Not necessarily the Ironman World Championships, but to race in Kona, the mecca of triathlon, the real birthplace of what many of us think of as the pinnacle in the sport, Ironman World Championships. So they're going to hold off until October. I wonder what Tommy Buzzcut would do. Whoa! Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark, do you think that Tommy Buzzcut does not have something to say about this Ironman thing where they got like St. George and then they got 2 days in Kona in October and, you know, everybody's like, ooh, which one should I do? And have you all not forgotten that a couple years ago there were no races, so don't like anxietize about it too much. That's Tommy Buzzcut's word for like don't think about it too much, you know. So don't anxietize too much because you know what? Either one is gonna be like amazing because you know what? There's not many badass people in the world who could actually do an Ironman, and you're going to a friggin' world championship event, and you know what? You're going to be with like a bunch of other cool people doing that amazing thing. So whether it's St. George or the Big Island of Hawaii, you know what? Each one is going to be a little different, right? St. George has those red rocks and Snow Canyon and all these places like Zion that you can go afterwards. You could like hike a gazillion miles with your friends and family and you can be sore and they'll be fresh and they'll be going, come on Ironman, keep up with me. You're like, I just did an Ironman yesterday. So anyway, or you can go to the Mecca, the birthplace, the Holy Grail, the Big Island of Hawaii, which of course is never going to disappoint, but just don't think about it too much. Just realize, you know what? A year ago, there were no races, and everybody's sitting around going, now what am I going to do with myself? And now you got like all these choices, so be grateful. That's Tommy's tip, and you know what? You gotta go with stuff you just never know what's gonna happen in your life. So maybe May's the month to do it because in October you've got like your 200th wedding anniversary. You promised your husband and wife that you were gonna be there for them in the same weekend as the Ironman. So scratch it. Go to St. George, or maybe October is when you need to go. So just freaking do it. Like me, like, you know what? I didn't wake up like this. I mean, it was like one day I was just sort of this normal dude walking around, selling something door to door. And the next thing I know, I'm like, Tommy Buzzcut. And you know what? That was unexpected. So, and my mom, she's like, she goes to bingo and she's sitting around with all those other old folks, and they're the only thing they have to do is talk about their kids. So they're like, Sharon, what's your son doing now? And she's like, well, he's this dude called Tommy Buzzcut. And they're like, ooh, is that like a degenerative nerve disease or something? Like, and she's like, no, he's sort of just like gone crazy a little bit. And they're like, oh, and she comes to me, she goes, Tommy, could you just like maybe do something like that Marky Mark, dude, the Ironman guy, just go win a freaking world championship, because I'm at bingo and I gotta tell people my son is Tommy Buzzcut, and that does not cut it with them. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Marky Mark, that's my opinion. Just freaking pick one and go for it. Well, there you go. Tommy always has something to say about everything, and I don't know if it helped any of you who are going to be racing make the decision to race in Maine, in St. George, wait till October, race in Kona. But in any case, let me know. If you are racing, what are you going to do? Which one of those choices are you going to choose? If you aren't racing, but you had qualified, what would you do? I'm just really curious what your opinion is out there. Let me know. Mondays with Mark Allen. Hope you have a great week.